And action.
Tizzy, listen. Tizzy, listen. You know what I'm saying? But the hate is real. You know, I had it in my mind for something that we, in 2 Corinthians 13 last week, we didn't get around to it. Y'all will, we get around to it sooner rather than later. But one thing Paul said, and that's a true story, we can't do nothing against the truth. We can't do nothing but be for it. That's what a lot of these dudes' problem is. They're against the truth. They ain't for it. They only sit back and realize you fighting a losing battle when you fighting against truth. How you gonna win? How you gonna win? That's like one of y'all going out there fighting that brick wall and you punching it. Like y'all, some of y'all too young to remember the video from my mind playing tricks on me. You know what I'm saying? Bushwood Bill was in that video. He said, "Well, I'm throwing them beans on it." He said, "Next thing I woke up, my hand was all bloody from punching on the concrete." Well, you was not finna win that battle. No matter how many times you hit it, the concrete ain't even hitting back. He winning every time. You know what I'm saying? Lord ain't even got to hit you back. Sledgehammer. This nigga. John 5:35. He says, "Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me, that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that ye have not the love of the Most High in you." And that's what it really be boiling down to be dead honest. But the love of y'all ain't in these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Can't be in them. How the love of y'all gonna be in you and you steady always talking about you can sin all the time? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about how you say that you believe Ezekiel, because one thing about anybody who don't believe in the Lord, they all believe Ezekiel 40-48 is about New Jerusalem. They all believe that. But then turn around and tell you, yeah, bro, we gonna be sinning in the kingdom. You got these niggas telling you you gonna get 7 wives in the kingdom and having babies. Now what that sound like to y'all? What that sound like to y'all? I ain't talking about the whoremonger. What that sound like to y'all? Sound like Islam. You die, go to paradise and get you 70 virgins. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're saying. They say you gonna get you a suicide man, Ahmed. Blow yourself up. And you're going to have your 70 fine dimes, boy. You're going to be in heaven getting freaky with the Most High. Now you sit there and think about that. The Most High is right here, and you knocking a chick down to the left of him.
For 70 days straight.
Now you think about that. I'm saying though, we got to break it down into that type of term to get you to understand. This is what they saying. Look at Matthew 22, man. Sit back and show y'all. Ain't nobody getting no women in no kingdom had no say. Hold on. Before we even look at that, Isaiah 4:1. Man, even when a nigga was fresh in the word, I didn't believe that one. They said, what I'm going to need to get married and have kids in the kingdom for? Why is this woman giving birth? You know what you need to get? You know one major component you need to give birth? Blood. Blood. Ain't it though? Because y'all sit back and notice that ain't no blood mentioned in the book of Ezekiel nowhere. How stupid niggas is. And that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So who these 7 women? I know you know, just making sure you remember. Who them 7 women is? I know y'all know. I'm waiting for somebody in the room though. Hello, Jim Daddy? That's how you know a nigga don't know the answer. He wasn't listening. Who them 7 women? There you go. There you go.
7 churches.
Yeah, there's 7 houses, man. You know what I'm saying? So to take away our reproach, what's the reproach then? That's sin. Now how these stupid niggas gonna tell us that's a man gonna marry a woman gonna take her sin off her? And that if there's women in here right now who are not married, well, how can every one of y'all, Troy married D, how he gonna take reproach off D? How's he gonna be able to do that? How you gonna be able to do that? See, hold on, hold what you got. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. How is he gonna be able to do that? 1 Corinthians chapter 7, about verse 14. The mother said, you better come up off that food back there, dude. Stop holding out now. See, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they Kodesh. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. Our brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases. Elohim have called us to peace. For what know thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how know thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? This man asked you a question. How you know if you're going to save her or not? Which means you married this woman, there's no way you can take no reproach off this woman. That's impossible. That man said, how you know you're going to be able to save your husband? And woman, how you know you're going to be able to save your wife? So you know what that comes down to? Wife can't make little muffin do nothing. It comes to that word. If she is going to do it because that's what's in her heart to do it, she's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He can't make her do that. She can't make him do nothing. You know the only person can make you do something? You, that's it. You think you took sin off her when you married? Oh, it's a smart guy. Oh, it's smart. But them dudes tell you that. What son of Yaakov, what son of Jacob, what son of his name mean, take away my sin? Now how do niggas look at that and miss that? And what did Mashiach say he would come to do? Take away the sin of the world. So you know full well that these dudes will tell you, they be like this here, oh, we're going to get Sam in the kingdom, huh? We're going to get Sam. That's what they telling you. You got niggas waiting on it.
Some of them getting it out, they already.
Yeah, I know some of them getting it out. Some of them talking about they got 7 wives and them 7 women stay in 7 different houses and they pick which house they stay in every night.
My sister wife.
Yeah, that's the key thing too, sister wives. They not no sisters. They around here fighting. They say, you ain't none of my people, nigga, I ain't related to you. You know what I'm saying? You sit back and look at it, even when you see the story with Jacob, man, you see what them women had beef going on. You know what I'm saying? Well, how many of y'all brothers in here right now think you can deal with having 3-4 women under the same roof? So somebody just told a lie.
Bold face too.
What you say?
Bold face too.
Yeah, what you say? How many of y'all really think, well, I'm talking about, I ain't talking about you around here dipping and dodging, you got a hole here, hole over there. I'm talking about all 4 of them in the house all the time. I'm talking about 4 different personalities, 4 different attitudes, 4 different menstrual cycles.
Right. This is what I used to say. At least this way, if you want to talk about them, y'all talk about each other with each other. Keep it in the house.
I mean, can you imagine that boy, you come in the house, boy, you got one woman want to talk to you about nothing, and as soon as she get finished, here come another one want to do it, and here come the third, and here come the fourth. I just walked in the door, and I got this here, yap, 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 yap. I like this here, where my dinner at?
Boy, y'all niggas.
Why my bath water ain't ran? All you niggas in here? Well, I'm talking about, boy, we got 4 women in the house better not never be dirty. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't never going to be a time you walk in the door and ain't something cooking. I'm talking about, I bet I never have my drawers should never be dirty for longer than 5 minutes because somebody supposed to already be on the laundry. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be on it. Somebody's supposed to have laundry. I'm talking about making a team effort. Who cares? You know what I'm talking about?
Make it rotate, get the schedule.
Man, I don't care what you do, as long as it's done. But then you got to sit back and take care of, you got to take care of all 4 of these women though.
And their children.
And any offspring that's produced. We ain't even talking about no offspring. All 4. You know what? I seen a woman, I'll ask y'all about how you feel about this. I seen a woman ask this question. She thought it was asinine though. Do you think that a woman could be able to put her husband out the house and he pay all the bills and they supposed to be in the word?
Are they supposed to be in the word?
Yeah, because I guess somebody on her page say that a woman put her husband out.
For why?
You know
Clearly he wasn't the head of that household. Right.
How many of y'all would go for that a woman put you out your house? Huh? How many of y'all done had a woman put you out your house?
You talking about that good, though. Right there on the corner.
I mean, that's real. That's like a nigga speaking. What language are you speaking? You know what I'm saying? Because that couldn't happen. I seen niggas get put out their house, though. Their house.
And still paying the bills.
I don't know if they kept on paying them. I know she put them out, though. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I ain't never want to live with no woman, because you ain't going to put me out. You live with her, you at her mercy. You know what I'm talking about? You come to the house, all your stuff on the front porch, in the front yard, or by the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. I mean, nigga done seen niggas get done like that. Nigga come home, stuff all scattered out in the yard, stuff by the dumpster. Some of the women that went far, take your stuff to the dumpster. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, burn. At least you can get it out.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I can't live like that. Because boy, when I get tired, which I'm like this here, boy, I don't know where you going to go. Here your overnight bag, go to your mammy house, go to the Greyhound State, I don't care where you go. You know what I'm saying? That's what first thing the women like to scream when you live with them too. You go back to your mama house, and you been the idiot because you had your own place and you left your place to move into her place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes make that mistake. You already had a spot. You know what I'm saying? You left your spot to go stay in her spot. She's supposed to left her spot to stay in your spot. I'm not coming to live with you, nigga. Why you don't want to live with me? We can live together. I just ain't living at your house. You know what I'm saying? You would tell me that other day. Say, Mom, Deuce wouldn't have had it. Dude like this, say, why you won't come? I don't want to stay over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to stay over there. Because you go to tripping, I can go home. I can go home. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's one of the biggest mistakes dudes make all the time, though. I wish a nigga would, boy. I told you that, no, you couldn't put me out my house, boy. I'm packaged up, roll you like a bowling ball right out the front door. I don't know where you better go to Mouse house. I'm like, you ain't coming over here. Me and Lex like to walk around naked. Ooh, that's the same thing. Don't let nobody put Mouse out. Can't come around here, man. We ain't got no kids either. We like to walk around naked over here. I ain't tell you no lie. She might, we ain't got no kids in the house. She already know, man. Don't even put no clothes on. Walk around naked. She do it anyway. Y'all do it now anyway. So what's the difference? I done popped around the mouth to my, oh man, I caught her with that old lady nightgown on. Said the only reason why we got clothes on because you here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all walk around butt naked now. I'm just letting you continue what you used to. Am I lying though? That's all I want to know. Am I lying though? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all would have a problem that just like to say, boy, yo, like, you walk around naked? I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because see, that's what you want to do before you had kids. Then when you had kids, you can't do that no more. Then you're wishing for they 18 so you can turn back around and do that again. You know what I'm saying? You've been shipped about to your people house for weeks. You know what I'm saying? And your mama getting freaky for days. You know what I'm saying? Nigga grabbing all the beams on the roof and swinging. You know what I'm saying? No clothes on. Nigga say it's a rule in the house. Kids ain't in the house, clothes are not allowed. You know what I'm saying? Only time clothes are allowed when we going outside the threshold. You ain't going outside, make sure you keep your drinks closed though.
Yeah, keep your windows closed.
We ain't no day. Boy, I seen somebody on Google Earth got caught like that. Oh, man. She was cleaning up the house, butt naked. Windows open, nigga posted on Facebook. I said, oh man, they done caught it up naked. Word part was, nigga, you were looking and you shaking it.
That nigga on Google Earth looking at people's windows. That nigga boy.
Hey, first hey, man. I just let it be known, boy. I'm telling you, before we had kids, you better call before you come.
Call.
Because you might catch something you don't want to see. You might catch a nigga just laying on the couch just like this here with a cool glass of lemonade, butt naked. You know what I'm talking about? Shoot, that nigga feel like that right now. He had all the kids in the house. Nigga know the nigga sure called that nigga. I know that nigga be laying on the couch butt naked. You know what I'm saying? He got a leather couch too. He stuck to it. He just laying in there sweat. He don't even want to move. Like this here, shoot, nigga ain't nobody tell you to come.
Nigga ain't tell no lie though.
I know. He said, I know this nigga. I know him. Well, he ain't had no kids. They told me they ain't even on no free stuff, nigga. I ain't got no kids. I'm just gonna lay here. You know what I'm saying? Butt naked on the couch. You done brother popped up trying to I would just want to see my sister. Oh Lord, I'm blind. Hey, they say they told me, dude, you said what you told me. That nigga walked up on Michael Jordan and said that Jordan straightened him quick.
Nigga said 29 loads. That's what they is.
29 loads, that's what he said?
Yeah, these ain't even out yet, well. 29 loads.
Yeah, well, white
boy came out of wood alone, they say 29 loads, nigga. Get up on me. Isaiah 4:2, he said, you better get up on it. He said, in that day shall the branch of Yah be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Yasharal and Israel. So what that mean right there when we say, in that day shall the branch of Yah? What should come to your mind when you hear that? Not only that, we know that the Lord, but I'm talking about what do we just look at when you say, in that day the branch, the Netzah, the Nazarene. You remember what I'm saying? That's the reason why he put it, because it was a brother talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And he put it in my mind to go look that up, because this is one of the verses I told y'all that those who don't believe in a Mashiach like to go to and say that the New Testament is false. Because they like, you can't find Nazarene, or nobody saying that this man would be a Nazarene. That's false. But then when you go look at the translation, it said the Greeks put Nazarenos when it's supposed to be Netzah, and Netzah mean what? Branch. Then it says, so then when we look at it's written in the prophet, he shall be called the branch, then get what we know. Well, we got many prophets told us that. We got many prophets told us that. He just told you the branch of Yah would be beautiful and glorious. Now if he's beautiful and glorious, then we're going to have to see how beautiful and glorious he is, isn't he? Well, let's look at Luke. Let's look at Luke 24 now, because we're trying to establish something, because these silly niggas telling you that you can go and get you a woman and you're going to be getting freaking when y'all is there. Luke 24 and 36. After Luke 24 and 36, we come back to Leviticus 27 and get Genesis chapter 2. And then maybe we're just going to see the assertion that golden babe, which we already knew. We're going to see if we see any sprinkling of blood in the sea. You know what I'm saying? Because if we see some blood and y'all is there, then somebody done told a lie. Wouldn't you say? What y'all think? 24 and 36, Luke. And as they thus spake, Yahushua himself stood in the midst of them and saith unto them, Shalom be unto you. And they were terrified and affrighted and supposed that they had seen a spirit. Who else was terrified and affrighted like that? Y'all know somebody else who was scared like that? Anybody y'all got an idea? It ain't that difficult. I just never could. He was affrighted, but you know who else was affrighted? Daniel was. Daniel was. Daniel war. Remember when he seen Gabriel? He was scared. He was scared, wasn't he? Terrified. Just like they were terrified. Because you got to remember, what was the angel Gabriel come to do? Give him a revelation, an understanding of a mystery. What is a Mashiach finna get rid of? Same thing. He says, why? And he said unto them, why are you troubled, and why do thoughts arise in your heart? That's the same thing he told Daniel to do. Be easy, man. You all right. Cause I'll tell you, man, don't let these niggas fool you, man. Boy, you see an angel, boy, I guarantee you gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying? You actually see one and he appear to you. No dude be talking about, boy, if a demon came up on me, I'll fight him. No, you ain't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen nothing like that before. If you ain't never seen a Malachim, an angel before in your life, and he appeared under you, you really think you gonna be like this here, like what's happening, how you doing? Shake his hand. You're going to be terrified. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're going to be paralyzed like this here. You ain't going to know what to do. He said, behold, my hands and my feet, that is I myself, handle me and see. For a spirit hath not flesh and bones as you see me have. Now let's go back and look at Leviticus 27 real quick. He just said he ain't got flesh and bones. Who told us? Who the first person saying something about flesh and bones? Adam was. Who remember why the blood missing and what took its place? Y'all remember? 27 about verse 17. Y'all remember why the blood going and what taking place?
Spirit.
What Leviticus 17 say about the blood? Not just atonement. What does it say about the blood? Life is in the blood. We know right now you take that blood up out of every last one, or you good and dead. When you watch them so-called vampire movies, that's what they have. And they suck that blood out of them, what happened to them? Huh? Yeah, but vampires are undead though. They're dead.
Yeah, they're undead. They're alive.
Yeah, you like vampire movies, don't you? I didn't really care for them myself. But what did the Mashiach say in John 6:63? They're spirit and they are life. So these dudes are expecting to come into a spiritual kingdom with eternal beings, with flesh and blood. That we gonna see you can't get in there with that. This stuff ain't new what we looking at, because we done looked at this in time past. You know what I'm saying? We look at verse 17. He say, if he sanctified a field, his field from the year Jubilee, according to the estimation, it shall stand. But if he sanctify his field after the Jubilee, then the priest shall reckon unto him the money according to the years that remain, even unto the year Jubilee, and it shall be abated from thy estimation. And if he sanctify the field and will in any wise redeem it, he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be assured to him. And if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed anymore. Now, he said if he sold the field to another man. Who sold their field to another man? I'm talking about specifically, who sold their field to another man? Well, another person had to come to redeem it. Esau ain't sell nothing for somebody to come buy it back.
Take a lot.
Take a lot. Well, let's sit back and look at somebody who, look at Isaiah 52:7 first. After we look at Isaiah 52:7, we'll look at John 8:34, Leviticus 25. Look, I'm sorry, verse 2 of Leviticus, Isaiah 52. I'm thinking about what I was talking about earlier about that anointing feet. Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. You know, in Jubilee, that's somebody that's got a debt. You know, debt had you captive. You know, the borrower is a servant to who? The lender. You know what I'm saying? He say, loose yourself, O captive daughter of Zion, because you've been taken captive. You're a prisoner. Then when he say, for thus saith Yah, you have sold yourselves for naught, and you shall be redeemed without money. Now we come back and look at Leviticus. This man said if the man won't redeem the field, and he sold the field to another man. Who sold a field to somebody else? See, come on back over here. Let's look at John 8. Sunday Romans come to mind. John 8:34. Yahushua answered them, truly, truly, I say unto you, whosoever commits sin is the servant of sin, and the servant abide not in the house forever, but the Son abide forever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. So now if you a servant, it means you captive. Which means you're a bondman, you in debt. You know what I'm saying? Now remember, the borrower is a servant to the lender. That's what it's saying in Proverbs, right? Y'all know what that's saying in Proverbs? You want to see it for yourself? Come on, Proverbs chapter 22. Proverbs 22. What does it say about verse 7? Proverbs 22:7. Say the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. You know what I'm saying? That's why I sit back and told you, that's why the Lord told us not to exact usury upon each other. You know what I'm saying? When you turn around and we look at it in American society, they truly make us servants or slaves to them by how their financial system is set up. You know what I'm talking about? Especially they prey on black people. These people purposely came up with subprime loans and all these type of loans to crash the housing market and blame it on poor people. Say y'all bought houses you couldn't afford, cars you couldn't afford. You know what I'm saying? No, you were preying on people with predatory lending practices, knowing that they had really no knowledge of what they were getting involved in. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, you say, well, I thought he been lifting weight. How you snatch that little nigga up there?
You know
what I'm saying? Sit back and think about it, right? How many of y'all familiar with title loans? Some of y'all familiar with them? They be raping. You know what I'm saying? They outlawed them in Florida for a time, and you had to go over the Georgia line to do it. They just started letting them back over here. I think the interest rates on some of them things was getting to like 250%. Yeah, you'll never pay the principal back. You'll always be on them. They do the same thing with them payday loans, be ripping people off. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they do over here though. But guess what you end up being? You are a servant to the lender. That's why Paul told us in Romans chapter 6, whoever you yield your member service to obey, that's whom you are, you service to whom you obey. You know what I'm saying? The Lord just sat back and told you, if you commit sin, you are a servant to sin. So who is the man who sold his field to somebody else for the purpose of someone having to come redeem it?
That's the story. We talk about the man sold his field and balled it out, and then when he came to collect it, they killed off the servant first.
But see, you talking about the parable about the Lord said when he said he made a vineyard and I let it out and they killed all of them. But Kip just mentioned it, it's Adam. Let's go look at Genesis chapter 2. It's Adam. Because see, remember what Paul told you? He said, I'm carnal, sold under sin. You know what I'm talking about? Adam, the first one, sold you under sin. He sold you to that. So that means, come on now, sit back and look at it. You got to see where he come from in verse 5 again. We've been looking at it all week. This is the third time we come in here for a third different purpose. This week. What's the first thing we came here and looked at for this week? See how good your memory is. Virgin birth was the first place we came here and looked at this for. What's the second thing we looked at this for this week? Then we just look at this last night to show you how the plants and herbs hadn't been watered and no man tilled it. That was showing you those who were ordained to salvation before Mashiach was even prepared and made. That these men were already made the sons of the Most High before he even made. It's already set in stone. This thing already ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I done had dudes ask me, show me predestination of salvation in the Word. Here it is right here. And I'm talking about plants and herbs. So you say. So you say. Because the Lord said the field is the world. I promise to you, I'm sitting here looking at a field. He compared the people to wheats and tares. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? The man, verse 5, hey man, hey, it is what it is, man. Niggas just dumb for no reason. Every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For Yah Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And Yah Elohim planted a garden in Eden, and there he put man whom he formed. So you sit back and you look at it. So where was Adam? Adam was a man of the field because he was made from that same field where these trees were planted at before they even grew. And let's see what Adam turned around and did in the 3rd chapter. Let's see if he sold his field to another man. Well, hold on. Let's read. Let's see what the Lord told him not to do. Look at verse 15 in Genesis chapter 2. Let's just look at what the Lord told him not to do. It says, and Yahuwah Elohim took the man and put him into the garden to eat and to dress it and to keep it. And Yahuwah Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree in the garden thou may eat freely eat. For the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eat, thou shalt surely die. Now we're going to sit back and see, did this man sell this? Did he sell that to another man? Because we know in Leviticus 25, it says something about that, right? I mentioned that there, so we're going to have to look at that too. Like I was telling y'all last night, and y'all will, hey, that boy you want now. You know what I'm saying? We'll look at it more in depthly. But the time of Jubilee is, Hamashiach fulfilled that when he rose from the dead. Jubilee is all about the releasing of debt. You know what I'm talking about? When this man was killed, because you got, in order to Jubilee, you had to be able to redeem somebody. You had to bring forth something to redeem, to pay something to redeem somebody, right? This man did it with his blood, right? Then after that payment is made, then that person is free from whatever debt that they held. You know what I'm saying? We were under the debt of penalty of death from sin because of Adam. You know what I'm saying? That debt was there. When this man died, rose from the dead, that debt has been exacted. You've been freed from it. That's why he said, if the Son shall make you free, you be what? Free indeed. He just said, if you commit sin, you the servant of sin, you captain of sin, you a bondman to sin. Son gonna make you free. I'm your Jubilee. I'm your freeman from debt. You know what I'm saying? See, I was telling, like I said, I was talking to Goldie about Detroit Hurt. I'm telling you, man, we might get it this week coming. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, man, the Lord is the greatest businessman in the history of all business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm for real. I was talking to him like I said, because the niggas had me hot, man. You know what I'm saying? I was telling him, I'm like, boy, the Lord is the greatest hustler ever. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling y'all about, you know what it is to create something out of nothing. Man, when that man started, it was just him. Then I pop up. Yakinan and Mercer, John the Baptist already know who I am. So I already got him. He already on my payroll. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real though. He already been hired. I see Peter, roll with me. I see Andrew, roll with me. I see Matthew, roll with me. He said, guess what, man? Then he sat back and told me, don't worry about it. Don't put no personal, don't they take none of that with you, man. You gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid. No. Don't even worry about that. Because guess what? The father, the president of the corporation. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua is what? The chief executive officer, the chief operating officer, the chief financial officer. I run all of that. You know what I'm saying? I watch over the money. I control all manner of operation of how the work is going to be done. And I run the company at the same time. Because you know, each one of these parts of a corporation, there are separate entities that got separate things that they run. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord run all that. That man took one seed and turned it into a multitude where no man can number in Revelation chapter 7. Then he sat back and said, then he did it like a true boss. After I done put the work down and laid it down, I got a deal. Y'all get the money. I'll holler at you when I get money. You know what I'm saying? Why you think he gave that parable about them when he said, I gave you that deal? I expected mine back with interest. What you mean you took my money and you hid it? You supposed to be out here getting it. You took my money, you ain't flip it? I used to talk to my sister about that all the time. That's the first thing that came to my mind the first time I ever read it. He told her, you ain't flipped my money. He said, the dude that got the 10, he turned it into 20. He said, give him a lot. He said, boy, you faithful, boy. That nigga came up, he said, boy, I was scared of you, boy. I know you don't play no game. I hid that little bit of money. I ain't flipping, though. You ain't flipping. You wicked bastard. You judge yourself. Kill that nigga.
You ain't even get it for yourself. I gave you the tools.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you now. That man came and put in some work like ultimate hustle. That when we sit back and look at him, you can see an example of a man creating something out of nothing. Because it was just him, and he ain't had no abundance of wealth or none of that. I just got a little bit of work, man. I turned a little bit of work into a whole bunch of work. That's what the man did. That's what the man did. In order to do what? Because I got, and then you sit back looking at it, just like a CEO will do it. I'm doing business with somebody. They owe me money for some merchandise. I forgive you that. And what he did. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't say, he know because we watched it. Goodfellas. And they say when you can't borrow another dime, you set a match. And you blow the joint. Well, he's sitting back looking at it. You running out of time to get eternal life. You can't borrow no another dime. So I'm going to set a match. I'm going to just burn it up. But instead of burning you up, I'm going to burn up what's got you in debt to me. Therefore, you can serve me because you in debt to me now. That's why he say the servant is a borrower to the lender. See, for the turn around, see, guess what? Satan came to Eve with all this old fancy stuff he telling him. Borrowed that stuff from him. What happened? Ended up being a slave to him. Let's look and see Genesis 3. So Hamashiach had to come back around and turn. Guess what? You can borrow from me now. You can borrow these riches, you can borrow that word, you can borrow my spirit. You can borrow that because it's my spirit. I'm giving it to you. I'm lending it to you. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving to me, I'm giving to you. That's why you turn around and tell you, say you won't lend, they won't lend to you, you'll lend to them. See what I'm talking about? Genesis 12. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yah Elohim had made, and he said unto the woman, Yea, have the Most High said, You shall not eat of the tree of the garden? The woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. The serpent said unto the woman, You shall not surely die, for the Most High doth know that in the day that you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So you know what he ended up doing? He ended up trying to sell her. What he just came out of it was a marketing pitch. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to say, because the Lord came with a marketing pitch too. That's what he just did. See, you know you're going to get this right here. And what did she ended up doing? And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise. So she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So he made it. That's the same way. When you look at how they sell, they don't do it as much now. But when we were young, like with me, Lane, Delta, you know what I'm saying? Fat boy, my mama was young. But some of y'all, they were the commercials how they used to sell them cereals. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't sell kids cereals on TV like they did when we were young. You know what I'm saying? They'll take them sugary cereals that's pure death, and they'll make it look so good that where you begging your people for. You know what I'm saying? They don't even run commercials for McDonald's Happy Meals like they did when we were little. The way you had your kid like this here, boy, I want that Happy Meal, and they, well, you know what they try to do to get that Happy Meal? The toy. You know what I'm saying? A marketing plan to play on whatever it is that you might desire or want. That's why I was telling you, whatever weakness you got, it doesn't have to be 100%. It could be 1.5%. Boy, Satan gonna look for that. He sat there and he looked for a weakness and he went at it. That's what they did. They go, when you go to marketing school, they have you teach psychology, learn psychology, because they want you to learn the human mind so you know exactly what to attack at a person to get them to purchase your product. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't even know this here. Them people sit around and study black people year round to know exactly what to sell to you and how to sell it. Straight up. They observe their own people too now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even sit back and notice they don't market certain products to you like they do to white people. I'm talking about they could be the same product and they gonna sell it to you differently than how they sell it to white people. They sell McDonald's to white people one way. When they sell it to you, they try to use hip hop. Every time I get on YouTube sometimes, that commercial come up with the little white boy walking up trying to rap the buddy at the register, and then brother go to rap it back. So what's gonna be, player? You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's what they do though. They know they can't get a white audience with that. That's gonna appeal to you though. Okay, now you got the Sprite commercials right now. They got Drake and Nas in that. Who you think that's gonna appeal to? That's gonna appeal to you first. Why you think, okay, you got Drake, a new age artist, but how they make it better? They put in Nas. And then on the can for Nas, they got The World Is Yours. So that takes you back to Illmatic. So that takes you back to 93, 94. That's not gonna appeal to none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's going to appeal to somebody who, yeah, boy, I remember that there, and he just going to buy that because he see The World Is Yours, and he going to remember whose world, he going to think back to 94, and he going to want to buy that Sprite. I want an ice cold Sprite. You know what I'm saying? They do stuff like that. I'm telling you, they do stuff like that. That's what Satan was doing. That's what Satan was doing. He was throwing it out there to see what I could bite on. Once I caught the market and intended to bite on, whoo, you know you'll be like God. Because he already knew what she was weak at and what she wanted. Y'all want to say, man, realize that. Man, we used to talk about this when we were young too, man. Dudes gonna try to catch a woman. What's their bargaining tip? Niggas want rims on their car, not because they like rims, because this will attract the woman. Nigga go buy a chain, not because he want to rock a chain, because this will attract. Nigga don't even care about this. This is just bait. Why? Because he know there's a simple woman out here that will bust her legs wide open at the appearance of some shiny ring. Niggas say, you know niggas like shiny stuff. They know this. Y'all laugh about this here though. These white people know niggas like shiny stuff. Stuff that glisten and shine. Well, nigga pay some money for that. Nigga, you ain't never see them people marketing rims to white people like that. Not to say that white people didn't buy them. You didn't see them marketing to them like that. These white boys been had these hot rod magazines for years, and you've never seen them market no rims to them like they marketed them to you. And what's the best way for them to market it to you? Put them on a car in a rap video. Now you want to ride like Puffy ride. Average nigga can't spell Maserati. They see a nigga in the video, now he want one. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas around here riding to Orlando to rent Lamborghinis. You ain't never want one before. Now 50 Cent in the video, you want you a Lamborghini now. Oh man, we ain't got no pass no Cavassier. We ain't got to go no pass no Cavassier. Y'all niggas don't remember this here because y'all too young. These niggas had St. Ides commercials, flavored malt liquor, where these niggas rapping in the video, and it be up to about Cube in it, Snoop in it, Wu-Tang in it. These supposed to be Ice Cube and Wu-Tang supposed to be conscious rappers selling a nigga malt liquor. And they in the videos talking about crooked eyes, St. Ides. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real though. You know what I'm saying? Nigga like this here. Well, I'm getting me a St. Ides. Why? Because that's what meth them drink, nigga. Wu-Tang. These niggas stand on the corner with a St. Ides rapping these nigga verses. I ain't saying nobody I knew did it because I ain't know too many niggas drunk St. Ides. You know what I'm talking about? But I know somebody in America did it. We know this the same way here, man, how they did us with Jordan, man. Most niggas wanted to wear Jordan because how they marketed to you. You got niggas on the court singing, I want to be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? With his shoes on, trying to emulate his moves. Pure garbage. Niggas don't even want Jordan because they think the sneaker fresh. Just because it's Jordan, the shoe could be desperately ugly. Because boy, I done seen a couple pairs he done made, like, boy, them J's hard. I'm like, well, I don't know about them, boy. I don't know about them. I done seen something like, hey, like the patent leather ones, nigga ain't gonna never say them ugly. Them were hard. Some after that, I don't know about that, sir. I don't know about that. And nigga gonna pay $250 for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's how they market it to you. They done market it to you so hard, that nigga don't even got to run commercials for them no more. Nigga just gotta tell you they out. Release date February 20th. Come get it. That's all they gotta do. I'm talking about they don't even do the marketing campaigns for sneakers like they used to. I'm talking about, boy, we were young, nigga. I'm talking about every athlete had a shoe. They still do it, but they don't do it as hard like they said. Niggas like they said, boy, you got the new Barry Sanders. Well, you know the new J Kids out. Well, you know the, you know what I'm saying? You know when Bo Jackson just came out. I'm talking about all over the place. Oh boy, Dion had like 3, 4 of them niggas right going crazy for them Dion. Them things were hard though. I'm talking about Emmitt Smith came out with his shoes. You looking at them niggas like, you gonna wear them? Y'all don't know about them Emmitt Smith, but them things was ugly. Same thing with them Kobe Bryant. Them fur Kobe Bryant and Adidas, boy, you gonna wear them, boy? Nigga look like he had soap on his feet. A big old bar gel soap. You know what I'm saying? It's so many athletes, Scottie Pippen, Reggie Miller's. Nigga remember them ain't the ones that had the air on the side? Them were Reggie Miller shoes. I had me a pair, them things were nasty.
Goes all the way up.
They were nasty. Chris Webbers, I seen they finna re-release. I remember when Breon waited up all day to go get them Webbers. Barclays, all that now. You don't do that no more. I just seen they said they offered James Harden $200 million to go to Adidas. $200 million. Man, ain't nobody, I ain't heard a nigga walking talking about I got on a pair of James Hardens. He worked for Nike though. He been on Nike for years, since he been in the league. It's the same way, boy, Nike, Under Armour came and offered Kevin Durant almost $300 million and stake in the company. Nike came and matched that though. Yeah, because of them KDs. All niggas gotta just see is the K and D on the shoe and them niggas want it. They don't even care what it look like. They don't even care what it look like. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think LeBron shoes bumped that hard. I'm not compared to them KDs.
Melo.
But Melo worked for Jordan. Melo worked for Jordan.
Everybody was on the farm.
But the whole key thing, when you sit back and look at it, you know, niggas used to be hot with me in prison. It's the same thing we look at it. Boy, Jordan owned that shoe. Boy, Phil Knight owned that shoe. Nigga, that nigga don't own nothing. That white man give him a piece of what he want to give. Say, I make this nigga feel good, get a manufacturing pant, put his name on it, make him think he doing something. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real though, man. I done seen niggas in prison about to fight about that. I'm talking about niggas show niggas information like, nah, bro, Nike own that, man. No, Jordan own that. They don't put the swoosh on the shoe no more, niggas. So, cause they don't put that on there, that don't mean the white man own it.
Like Converse. Come on, buddy.
Man, Jordan don't even own the Jumpman logo. Nike owned, if he was to depart, he can't take that with him. Just like when if KD would have left, Kevin Durant would have left Nike and went to Under Armour, he couldn't have took that KD logo with him because he waited too long to copyright it and Nike beat him to it. He wouldn't have been able to take it with him. That's how dumb these niggas is. How you got a logo, you see your shoes making, what type of business advisors you got around you? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about shoe, just me, period. How many of y'all you see you bumping a logo on a shoe? Your shoe is banging all across the world, and it don't cross your mind that I'm going to copyright that so this white man can't take what's mine. Whether if I leave this or not, I can take this with me, and you can no longer use it.
They created it probably like a record deal.
No, I don't know who created it, but it said that like he waited too long, and Nike went and copyrighted it before Under Armour offered him that deal. It's just a fact of how we be slipping. You know what I'm saying? We be slipping because he wasn't supposed to slip like that. Can't slip like that. But let's look at about verse 17. Hello, Elizabeth. Give me 5. Give me 5. Genesis 3:17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. And in the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread till thou return unto the ground, for out of it thou wast taken, for dust thou art, and dust thou shalt return. So that sounds like, so what Adam turned around and did is he sold his portion, he sold his field, didn't he? He sold it because of sin, because what ended up happening to him in this field, he got evicted. He got evicted. You know what I'm saying? He became a bondman. Let's see what verse 22 say. And Yah Elohim said, behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore, Yah Elohim sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man and placed him at the east of the Garden of Eden, cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Because he was a servant to the lender, you already know Satan is outside of this place. And guess what ends up with Adam? He gets put out of it too. So you sold your field, you lost it. So in order for you to get it back, somebody's got to purchase it back. So we looking at that field being lost, we looking at a Mashiach buying man back. Because Adam came from the field. He was removed from the field. Also, this is like we talked about last night, him buying Jerusalem back. I got to repay for it, I got to get it back. But also, look what happens, right? They get put out of the Garden of Eden. What was Adam? What was Adam? He's a man, right? And if he's a man, what that mean he is? It means he's mortal. So what that mean he is then? Flesh and what?
Blood.
So he can't enter in. He can't have it. He can't have it. I got to put you out. Because let's look at this here. What it was? Leviticus 25. Still just dealing with the fact of ain't no flesh and blood entering in y'all's kingdom. And I tell you that, there is mentioning of blood in Ezekiel, but we're going to sit back and see how it mentioned. It's a little mention of it. But you got to remember one thing. When we deal with the Day of Atonement, he had to bring blood in the Kodesh place, right? Like I said, let's sit back and look at it. Mashiach being there, that's just the pure essence of it. Blood right here, not that blood is in it. After we read Leviticus 25, we look at 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Nobody believes you, little Mike. Leviticus 25 and 39. And if thy brother that dwell by thee be waxen poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as a hired servant and as a sojourner he shall be with thee, and he shall serve thee until the year of Jubilee. And then he shall depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his father shall he return. But they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear thy Elohim. You remember what we read last night in Matthew 25? He said you won't rule over your servants with rigor. You know what that means, to rule over with rigor, right? Hold what you got. Look at 1 Peter chapter 5 and about verse 1. And after that, we go back to Matthew chapter 20. Look, mine. What's going on, man? You chilling? I know how to get it started. Yeah, look at the curve. 1 Peter 5 and 1. The elders which are among you I exhort, whom am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Mashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Elohim which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over Elohim's heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. You know, you sit back and you look at some of them dudes, man, you see, man, they sit back and they try to, that's when they say rule them with rigor. Basically put a burden on them and rule them with an iron fist, being real hard on the people. See, as a matter of fact, before we even read Matthew chapter 20, because you was put this up here the other day, and it goes back to what we talked about a little bit last night. 1 Kings chapter 20. Kings chapter 12 about verse 1. We still hold at Matthew 20 and Leviticus 25. We good at Leviticus 27. We also heard of 1 Corinthians 15 and 15. Kingston. What's up? What's up? Now watch you, boy. Can't let him turn into no gun.
Turn into no what?
No gun.
Oh.
Shoot off.
Oh, yeah, gunner, shooter.
Nah.
And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel will come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat was in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. Now let's hold what you got. We're going to come right back. Somebody take their thing off speakerphone. Matthew chapter 11 verse 20. They say the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke which he put on. Now he talking about King Solomon, but there's a reason why they say, because this ain't really about King Solomon and the grievous yoke. This ain't really about it. 28, verse 28, 11th chapter, book of Matthew. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, I will give you rest. Because this is what the people coming up say they heavy. He say, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. See, we were looking at that last night, didn't we? When we went and read about 1 John chapter 5. How he say the commandments of the Most High are not grievous. You know what I'm saying? Look at 2 Corinthians chapter 11. See, a lot of brothers make this thing real, real hard. You know, when we were talking about, what's the things you remember some of y'all mentioned last night where brother made this hard? You going to hell, you get an edge. You let the nigga tell it, all of us in here going to hell because we got a faith. Some of y'all going to hell because you can't grow no beard. Some of these niggas gonna say Brian, Delta, and Link going to hell because they bald headed. I'm for real, they say you can't cut your hair bald. So you gonna go to hell, you gonna go to hell. I mean, you gotta be bald because your hair fell like to be bald because you just want to have a bald head. The law say don't make no baldness on your head. Man, ain't say you couldn't have no bald head, nigga. You know what it is, what that means to make baldness for your head, right? You know why they did that, right? Who in here know why they did that? For the dead. For the dead. Now you know full well, now you sitting there, my mama died. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you done shade all your eyebrows off, pluck your eyelashes, now you got a problem. You know it's a nigga somewhere done did it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's son doesn't happen, nigga cut all the hair off. They say, what happened to you? I'm in mourning right now. It's Israelites that do that type of stuff. I'm telling you. Something bad, somebody might not die, something bad, I cut off all my hair, bro. I'm in mourning. Nigga said, I'm talking about, I guarantee it's a nigga somewhere in America right now when it got some sackcloth and threw it on his body and poured some dirt on his head somewhere. I know a nigga did it. I know a nigga did it. Nigga might not have no video for it. We might can't verify it. But I know it's a nigga somewhere. That nigga went and found some sackcloth, put it on, put his hand in the dirt, sprinkle it on his head. Sprinkle it on his head. You know what I'm saying? Now you sit around here with the muddy head. You know what I'm saying? Dirt all in your body. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse. I mean, you know it's here when you got niggas literally sacrificing lambs on Passover. He said, would to Elohim you could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. He said the thing is simple, which means that the burden is light. Anything that's simple is not difficult. You know what I'm saying? The way of Yah is not difficult at all. You know what I'm saying? But people make it difficult. So I'm going to show you something. Matthew 15. A son what the Lord told these people. Matter of fact, I like Mark 7 a little bit. I just like what he told me. Mark 7 and 5. Matter of fact, make it 7 more. I just like what the Lord told him here a little better. He kind of got a little spoiled with him, cracked him upside the head. No, he did some squat this week, boy. I won't blame him.
Supposed to be yesterday.
Yeah, I know. She said she went to wake you up. He just didn't move.
Boy, he is dead to the world.
Yeah, she said he told me to wake him up at 4. He didn't get up. Obviously, because it's 6 o'clock. I said, yep. He's not moving. Say, then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands, they found fault. For the Pharisees and all the Yahudim, except they wash their hands oft, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not. And many other things there be which they have received to hold, as the washing of cups and pots and brazen vessels and of tables. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? He answered and said unto them, well have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for the doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of the Most High, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things you do. So you see, that's what a lot of these dudes do. Like these dudes will tell us that's a tradition of man. If you say it's a shame for man to have long hair, that ain't no tradition of man. That's in the book, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Who can remember off the top of the head, we can sit back and look at it and see where shame or dishonor came on a man because of the length of his hair? Samson. You think if he had them locks in his head, you think that wouldn't happen to him? There would have been no way they could have got it. You know what I'm saying? Not that they're talking about the Nazarite vow, but that hair ended up being a dishonor because he ended up losing his eyes. He ended up being taken captive and made blind. You know what I'm talking about? The way he prayed, Lord, please avenge me for one of my eyeballs. You know what I'm talking about? Even with Absalom, how he said he pulled his hair was so long. That beauty that he had ended up being his downfall, ended up being his dishonor. Because the people told him, make him a king, and he went to feeling himself. And what happened to him, like we read last night, got stuck in the oak and darts got put in their hole. You know what I'm saying? And like we was explaining to the brother, man, you know what I'm saying? You out in the world, man, you don't really be caring about this type of stuff, man. But people really see you locked and see you from, I know you can tell that's a man, and they still be thinking, wondering is that a woman. I think a nigga be sizing niggas on the low. You know what I'm saying? You see old big burly nigga, oh, I thought you was a woman. How is that possible? But then at the same time, you got all this hair in your head. Ain't no telling. There's a lot of women out here built like refrigerators. Hey, they don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women out here built that look like men. You got a lot of these bulldaggers around here trying to look like men. You know what I'm saying? But then, like we just already know, like what? I guarantee you, if one of these women and one of you men in here was to cut your hair right now, same length, I guarantee you that woman's hair will get longer faster than yours. Look at this. You niggas like this. Hey, that sound like a nigga voice. Oh, nigga, I'm gonna catch you.
No, we seen it though.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, she had a bad scalp. Boy, I seen some women go bald, boy, cut that thing down, that thing go to sprout. Real fast. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Oh, agricultural nigga here. You know what I'm saying? Her diet ain't right. I'm for real though. You look at them little girl, they come out with little froze. They have me surpassing them little boy real fast, because that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? By nature. You ain't supposed to have no long hair by nature. It's going to take a man a longer period of time to get his hair to the length of where a woman at. Like how they hair be coming up out there, man. Man, ain't none of our hair going to look like that. Just like the brother said last night, man, real talk, dudes say that he know a Hebrew dude. Now when you go. No, somebody said last night they know a Hebrew dude that he don't want his wife to have long hair, but he don't have it.
Oh, whoa, that was me.
Somebody said last night they know a dude say his wife can't have no lock. He gonna have a lock, she gonna have a low fade.
Brush your weave, nigga.
Brush, don't tell that he gonna sit there, baby, let me brush your hair. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have an afro, he gonna pick it. For real though, he said the nigga say the dude say her hair can't be longer than his. You know that he's a fact. But that's the same thing I was telling you about. But then we were talking about this here, man. She was telling me this story about somebody a while back, right? Somebody she knows was in prison, right? And they said they played a game in prison with grown men. If you lost the game, you grabbed your ankles.
Oh, man.
The crazy part is the individual brought that game with him outside of prison. My thing is, why are grown men in prison playing that type of game? Like, what's going on? And how did you pick a nigga to invite him to play that game?
Yeah, what was the point?
What was the purpose of that? I told him, me being incarcerated, if a nigga would have, I'm gonna hit him in his mouth. Bro, we finna play this game, bro, and if you lose, you gotta grab me. Why? I mean, because you're gonna have to. Because the nigga just tried your manhood. You know what I'm saying? Nigga just called you, nigga just tried to see if you was pumped. Because the nigga already know, if a nigga walk in the door and see a grown man grabbing his ankles, that means you bent over and your booty in there. Off the rip, nigga think you's pumped. Nigga ain't got to know what y'all doing. Hey, what are you niggas over there? All the niggas there.
No stress.
The thing that troubled me was, it doesn't matter if you do it with a woman or not. You brought it outside of prison with you. That tells me you played that game.
You enjoyed it.
And you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real. I sit, what certain stuff nigga do in prison, man, nigga sat back and look at that, boy, you brought that up, man, I had a nigga tell me, I done told y'all this before, that nigga said, I talk to them hoes for companionship. I say, you understand, number one, that's a man. Number two, you can have companionship and kinship with another man and not have sex with it. You know what I'm saying? We can all have companionship and be companions. You can talk to me, bro. But we're not going to have sex together. You know what I'm saying? This your justification for sleeping with this man? Companionship? You can write niggas on the street for a companion.
You can write women on the street for a companion.
Man, you can write your mama, your sister, your cousin, your uncle. But nigga will come up with anything. Man, let me tell you something, man. I done seen niggas say, well, they dress like a woman, or I was on drugs. Like a lot of them niggas, when they be tricking with them pumps on David Street, on Phillip, or wherever they catch them at, they always blamed it on the dope. Man, I went high, bro. That ain't that much high in the world. And we used to be sitting out like this here, man. Nigga, no, boy. Nigga be like this here, boy. Nigga, if a nigga see you talking to anybody on 8th and David after 12 o'clock, boy, I know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, know what you're doing. I know them nuts, most of y'all in here don't know where that's at. That's where them trannies used to hang at. Nigga know full well, if I catch you over there at 12, and nigga, you posted up like that shell, and you talking to niggas.
You ride by slow, keep riding.
You know what I'm talking about? You riding by slow, and your lights ain't on. Nigga know what you're doing. Nigga know what you're doing. Tell me, nah, bro, they wanted to ride. You Eddie Murphy now. You just getting them, I bet you ain't finna get a ride, nigga.
Oh, you were good to a six, all of a sudden you were good Samaritan.
I'm telling you, I told you about that time on the beach, man, that punk was messing with them niggas. That nigga said, half y'all done trick with me. Niggas just been doing this. So nigga already know, nigga like, no, man. Y'all living like that. The key thing of, it might have been 15 niggas, 10 of them never been locked up before.
First bid.
First bid, we on the street. You talking about first bid, we on the street. Niggas ain't never been on the road late night on that skull. Can't find a base, so you gonna hit a nigga. And it happen every day. That's why Pimp said they out here, Pimp C say, y'all out here poisoning the vagina population. Well, I'm telling you, man, it's certain stuff. Man, I told you, man, my homeboy came home from prison. He said, yeah, man, my old lady tried me, man, trying to stick a finger in my booty. I'm sitting there telling him, like, boy, what did you do? Because obviously she seen something that you did or was doing that signaled to her, I think you were messing with punks up there, I'm finna try you. Woman just out the blue don't say, I'm finna stick a finger in a man's booty hole. Especially a man she done been with before. You know what I'm saying? I done had sexual relations with you. You go to prison, and your first day coming home from prison, nigga try to slide an index finger in your rectum.
Oh, no.
I was going to check.
Huh?
I was going to check.
Ain't no checking. I'm finna check you all right, because as soon as... Yeah, I know it, but she had man, look here. I can't even give that one up.
They go right back to jail, man.
I'm trying to tell you. Hold on to my whole grill on the floor. Why you hit me like that? Why you hit me like that? They gonna play like that? They say, how did your hand even get cold? What's going on? You know what I'm talking about? But I'm talking about, in all seriousness though. But it's stuff like that though, man. You know what I'm saying? People be putting these burdens on people, man. They'll sit back and tell these niggas, man, oh man, you can have you 4, 5 wives. But they not gonna tell these dudes you gotta take care of all these women. You know what I'm saying? So now you got all this sin on these people. You know what I'm saying? And just like he said, matter of fact, look at Matthew 23. Well, y'all lapsing and tell you, boy, any woman with some sin, boy, she sit back there. I'm talking about you gonna be sitting back looking. Even if it's your homeboy, you still looking at that nigga. I'm trying to make sure, boy. I know certain telltale signs, boy. That nigga messing with punks in them, boy. I'm certain. I'm certain. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain stuff you look at, boy. You might not voice it to everybody in yourself. Well, I know that nigga, boy. That nigga wasn't doing that before he left. Ain't no change. You ain't changed, but that was there. He was in the right sin. Just like he say sin by occasion, took occasion and slew me. It just was an opportunity to come up and you jumped on it. See grown men talking about auntie accidentally gave me some dome. How she accidentally gave you some dome then? That's a man. Y'all in the, that's what he said. Y'all in the back stall talking about you smoking weed. Next thing you know, your penis is in his mouth. How did that happen? You put it there. Then he get mad because I'm clowning him. But y'all sit back looking at, see, people thought that faggot stuff was just some chain gang stuff. Boy, these niggas faggots everywhere. Everywhere. And y'all be seeing stuff people be doing and y'all, bro, I don't brought nothing to the side. Well, I say that nigga's a punk till otherwise know. You know what I'm talking about? You are a faggot. And I tell you that to your face. You know what I'm saying? And if it was a nigga I grew up with, and that nigga came and told me he playing the game by grabbing ankles, you punk nigga, don't you never call me ever again. Never. You know what I'm saying? I hear about you were holding hands with punks in prison. Nigga, we are no longer friends. Straight up. I'm talking about straight to you, we are no longer friends. I'm talking about for real, nigga, because reason being, you know why? Because if you were messing with them punks, I don't want nobody talking about I'm messing with punks because I hang with you. You know what I'm saying? I want my face clean, nigga. I'm talking about clear seal clean, nigga. No bumps. Get your sweet booty behind. Own somewhere. Man, I don't play that time. I'm telling you because I done see. Man, y'all do not know. I'm telling you, I was telling them, boy, I woke up to your urinate, boy. I seen a 350-pound man manhandling the white boy. I said, boy. You know what I'm saying? I look, man, I'm talking about, I'm stumbling to it's like 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm talking about, how them stalls is. Late night is what them niggas do. They go to that last stall all the way to the back, because the people tell you, only use the first 2 stalls. Don't nobody do that at night, though, because niggas be urinating all on the stall. You know what I'm saying? They go to the back stalls, and that's where they mess with them punks at after lights out. You know what I'm saying? Nigga going to urinate, that big old rusty nigga is killing that white boy. I say, nigga, what is you doing? A nigga say, my bad, bro. I was knee deep. I said, boy, this is unacceptable. Big old 350-pound nigga, man, straight up from Tampa. 4th bid. Nigga had a seat left. You know what I'm saying? Nigga told me I don't want no women when I get out. Nigga looked me in my face and told me that. I said, you don't want no women? Want no women, nigga. I like booty. I said, I hear you. I see you at work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with that. I don't want to have this conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man, let me tell you something, man. When I first got to go correctional institution. Now you expecting to see this type of stuff. See, he thought I was playing when I told him because I was more shocked than anything at the level, at the amount of it. You know what I'm saying? It was more than what I was anticipating because we going by the same old stereotypes. It's niggas with life, it's niggas with 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? That's the stereotype we got in our head. That's what we expecting to see. I step on that yard. It's a bald-headed, 265-pound, 6'3" nigga talking about he a woman. With extra tight pants, t-shirt in a knot, makeup on his face. Laying on a blanket having a picnic with another man. I said, what in the world? Niggas paying niggas money to see a nigga titties. I ain't seen no titties in 3 years. Niggas titties all around here. There's titties in the officer booth, nigga. And it wasn't niggas with all that time. 2 years, 3. Look, I did 4.5 years. That's not a long period of time. That's a moderate sentence. You know what I'm saying? That's not no skid bid, and that ain't no limp. Anything pretty much, man, 8 and above, boy, you got your little bid, huh? That's a moderate amount of time. 4.5 years ain't that long? No, that's not a long time. 10 years is a long time. 15 years is a long time. 4.5? No, that's in the middle. That's moderate. It's not a short bid. It's not a long bid. Huh? You know what I'm saying? I understand what y'all saying, but I'm talking about in the context of being incarcerated. 4.5 years ain't a long time. It's a long time, but it's not a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's a moderate. It's in the middle. Man, the stuff I seen in there, man, I was shocked and appalled because it was niggas with 2, 3 years, a year and a day. You know what I'm saying? Messing with these punks. It wasn't, I was really running into niggas who had double-digit years who were messing with homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? Nigga coming on the yard, you meet niggas, and nigga like, yeah, man, boo, you think the nigga cool, you holler at the nigga, you come back on the yard, this nigga kissing a nigga in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, you just gave me a cigarette yesterday, bro. Why you ain't tell me that? I would have turned that down. I'm talking about, nigga, I don't even want nothing from you.
Need to smoke? Nah.
No, you know, because when you know a nigga, you've been untalked, you could be on the yard with it, you could be on the compound with a nigga a month, 2 months, don't know they messing with punk, because if you don't live in the dorm with him or you don't see them, you don't know it. You know what I'm saying? So you cool with a nigga, they be like, boy, let me get a rip, boy. You been there seen him, you ain't got better 11 rips in the dorm, boy, let me get a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? This, that, there, and the other. Then the next day, you know, you step on the yard and you look. You got to catch it. I know that this nigga did not just kiss this man in the mouth. And all you can do is just drop your head and you just walk off. Well, that one last nigga I'm going to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't want to play basketball with these niggas.
Oh, no. No.
Nigga don't, I'm not, that ain't because of that, because man, you niggas might got that ninja.
Somebody try to use post.
Oh, you don't know what that ninja is? That you don't know what that shinobi is? That's that fire. You know what it is. That old venereal disease that don't go away. That Magic Johnson, nigga. That Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? You got it. No, that's what we used to call it back in the day. That shit. No, nigga, you know ninjas are stealth. You don't even see them coming. That's why we call it that ninja. You don't see no ninja coming. She fine, ain't it? She bad. She bad, all right. Girl, that nigga fine. He fine, all right. Then you walk around here looking like this here. Slumped in, skin yellow. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, hey man, I seen a couple people, man, in photographs. I ain't actually watched them. My homeboy's cousin died from AIDS, man. I just say that's the worst thing he ever seen, how she deteriorated. You know what I'm saying? That nigga like they skin changed. You know what I'm saying? The color of their eye changed. You know what I'm saying? That nigga said it was bad. I said, well, I couldn't watch nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We actually know people who died from that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was telling y'all last night, you better thank the Lord for the word, because if it wasn't for the word, some of you niggas would have been toe tight. You know what I'm talking about? Walk around here talking about you going to get your AZT pills. I'm telling you. Nigga, I was locked up in the county with a nigga who had that stuff and he was a serial gunner. Leave his body fluids everywhere. Just steady masturbating. Nigga, like, you know you got AIDS, bro. Why are you doing that? Nigga just walk up to the glass and gun the commissary lady down. Everybody just step away. Whoa! Nigga playing with his cell-wide roommate in the broom. But I'm talking about the level of perversity. So I'm sitting back looking at it, because truth be told, jails and prison are nothing but a microcosm of society. You know what I'm saying? So if you see this type of behavior in here, then it's got to be magnified on the street 10, 15 times even harder. When you sit back and you look at it in them Christian churches, man, they make that burden hard on them people. Why hard? They can tell you could be a punk. You could be a whoremonger. You could be a liar. The Israelites tell you that's where grace come in, bro. Yeah, I done slept with 3 niggas' wives, but that's where the grace come in at.
Oh, man.
So that's why that burden is heavy, because that release is not coming from you. That's why we started in Romans 7, Paul say, I see another law warned against the law in my flesh, warned in my members, which is trying to keep me captive to the law of sin that is in my members. This man came, you see, come back to Romans chapter 7, before we read Matthew 23. See, this man came to set us free from that. That's why he had to redeem the field, because we were under this bondage, because we were a servant to the lender. Because Satan just lended you knowledge that was going to gender unto death. So therefore you turn up and you be a servant to him. Yeah, Mashiach came to give you knowledge that gender unto life, so you can be a servant to him. Because he had to pay the price to buy that field back, which you sold to another man. Because it was never your field to sell in the first place. If you understand what I'm saying. Romans 7:22. Make it 18. He say, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwell no good thing, for to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not. He say to do that which is good, hold what you got, Jeremiah 4:22. He say to do which is good, I don't know how to do it. We might not get this, Ezekiel. We may not. Jeremiah 4:22. He says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. That's why he said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. He said, therefore you shall be no priest to me, and I will forget you and your children. That's why you go back to Romans chapter 1 when he say he give you over to a reprobate mind who didn't like to retain the Most High in their knowledge. See, the whole purpose of learning the word is to retain that knowledge in you. Therefore, you can know how to perform that which is good. Which is good in the eyesight of Yah. Keeping his commandment. Doing what he says. He said all the works of Elohim are good, right? All the works of Yahuwah is good, right? Ain't that what his word say? He said, I sanctify this. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. So quite naturally, he said the word is good too, right? So to perform what is good, then you got to hear. And you got to hear what? The word. And faith come by what? Hearing. So you got to be able to, in order to have that knowledge, that's why I see that's what I wanted to get to, maybe we'll get to. Because see, in Proverbs 24, he tell you that a house is built by wisdom and established by understanding, and the gates are kept by knowledge. You know what I'm saying? In order for Hamashiach to build the house, he had to fear Yah. In order for it to be established, he had to bring forth the understanding that the whole book was about him, to give you the understanding of what it was. And the knowledge of the Kodesh one would allow you to receive the riches or the benefit, showing you how you hustle. I got to get out here and do this right here and put this in order. And I got to do this right here and put this in order. Then I get my business started. Then once I give the knowledge to my workers, then they can get this money. Because remember, he told you, I counsel you to buy me gold tried in the fire. Come holler at me and get my merchandise. He said, my merchandise is better than fine silver and gold. See, niggas won't talk about nothing like that. See, the riches in the Shamahim in the heavens do not compare to nothing that a man could even get on this earth. You know what I'm saying? We get money to be able to pay for what we need to pay for, take care of who we need to take for, and hopefully buy some things that we like to purchase. You know what I'm saying? Because I wager everybody in here is like certain things. What type of things you like, bro? What about you, bro? Well, you like son, don't play that game. I mean, the type of thing, like, I mean, meaning like this here, man. It's something like, you know, I like these, I'll spend my money on this. Something that you don't have to have, but you like because you into that. You say clothes. What about you, Jim Dandy? Huh? Well, just give me one. I know video game one on. I mean, you like the systems, you like the plan. What about you, Troy? We get back to you. What something you like? You got to think about it. Movies? Food. That nigga said food. I know Lacey was going to clap with that. I was with it too. What you say, man? That's what you feel? That's what you want? Food? What you want? What about you, Lord?
Exotic plants.
Why am I that shocked? What about you, Brady? Delta? What you say, Delta?
You know that nigga gonna say food.
He said call. I'm gonna say with me.
That's what I was
Diet clothes, watches. Because I like watches. You know what I'm saying? I like watches. You know what I'm saying? See, like I said, he know when we were young, but only watching the area, well, I want a Rolex. But I like all types of Rolex. But I also like other watches. You know what I'm saying? I like stainless steel watches with gold accent. I like gold watches. Leather bands, black bands.
Anybody asking?
I mean, come on, man. Well, what you say? Because you ain't came up with nothing. Oh, super slim nigga. Come on, Slim Goodbye.
No. Get on you, man.
Come on now, because you out here like this here who asked me, you brought that on yourself. What you got?
Get on you, man. I want this lotion on the ring, boy.
I did lotion them up. You know my skin dries so hard, doesn't it?
Small pink pants at that.
My pants ain't small, man. My size 36.
Please. They got this nigga, they stopped me and Shin, bro.
Because my legs. Okay, hold on. They stopped me and Shin because I got them like this here. I just did it like this here. Now all I got to do is this here. He's 36 by 32, buddy. You don't like this here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, fool well, ain't nobody with nigga. You see me in the house with these pants on. You know they don't stop me and shit. Right here telling lies. But they don't stop me and shit. I do this. You pull them up looking like Huckleberry Finn, nigga. I might want to be country boy. I might want to chew on broomstick things like
You look like you've been doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's too much.
You know what I'm saying? I gave you, see, I set you up like when you get you a good, so you go ahead on something.
Yeah, you got like you meant.
I mean, come on. I mean, I said that up. That's easy. That's easy money. That's easy money. That's easy joke. I mean, come on, man. I've been doing this for years, man.
Okay, how long you been doing it? So
no, you ain't been doing it long. I'm telling you, man, we used to rank on general principle. Nigga, we couldn't even play basketball games because nigga was ranking. We couldn't even get the weed roll because nigga was ranking. You know what I'm saying? Nigga couldn't get nothing done because nigga was ranking. Nigga playing football, nigga bust out ranking in the middle of the play. Can't even concentrate. You know I ain't lying. How many basketball games couldn't get completed because nigga was ranking? You know what I'm saying? Nigga done had too long. He talking about you ain't no professional. I know professional. You can get something. I'm telling you, ain't no professional. But we professionally did this. Professional actors. Oh no, I'm talking about ranking. Professional. Had to. There were too many niggas in the neighborhood who were clowns.
You ain't got no joke, boy. Look at you. You are a joke.
I know.
Look at you.
I know. It's all right, Slim Good, man. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? But the whole key thing what I'm talking about is though, how many of y'all feel like you got the knowledge to be able to perform that which is good? No? What about you, Jim Dandy?
Knowledge to perform that which is good.
That which is good, like Paul said. He said that to do which is good, I find not. How to perform that which is good. How do we find out to be able to how to perform that which is good? Kamasha, I told you, he that drink my blood and eat my flesh, dwell in me, and I in him, and he'll live by me as I live by the Father. Therefore, dwelling in the Son, you will be able to have the knowledge to know how to perform that which is good. You learn how to perform that which is good through Hamashiach. How else you gonna get it? When you got to go to them that cell, and he the one got that work. We were talking about it earlier. When they came back to that corn, who was the only one had that corn? They had to go to Joseph. The book say buy the truth and sell it not. If you got to buy it, that means you got to go to them that sell. And if you got to go to them that sell, you got to holler at the ultimate hustler. You got to come see this man. That's why he say no man can come to the Father but by me. Nobody could get to Pharaoh. They had to go through Joseph. Ain't nobody in Egypt when Joseph was living was going to be able to walk up and say, let me holler at Pharaoh for some of that corn. No, buddy, you got to talk to me. I run this, I'm the head of this organization. He's saying in power and in power and authority we are equal. Only in throne am I greater than you. That's what he told Joseph. Only in throne I'm greater than you. We equal in everything. So let you know, president, CEO, I'm right here, but you about right there. I run this. I put it in your hand to run it. Some of y'all, how many of y'all tried to look at, what's the name of that show? Oh, what's the name? Got all the punks on it with the rappers on it. No, I'm talking about it just, what it is, Empire. You know what I'm talking about? And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I seen the first episode, but then I really wasn't looking at it because Law and Order was on at the same time, and then I seen them niggas say it was punk stuff in there, so I never went back to look at it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole purpose of that show is a man trying to leave an empire to one of his sons. You know what I'm saying? When you turn around and you look at the father, he had an empire that he only planned to leave to one man, one son. Because he knew that this son knew how to run it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the premise of that show is without all the extra stuff they got going on. He's trying to see which one of his sons have the wherewithal, the knowledge, the ability, the skill to run the company and not crash it. You know what I'm saying? See, these dudes want to put a Mashiach out to play. No disrespect to any of our fathers that came before. They didn't have the capabilities to run the show like the father wanted ran. I only got one man in mind. So I looked at Adam, he couldn't do it. Look at Noah, he couldn't do it. You know, I see Samuel and Saul and Moses and Joshua, son of Nun, and I see David and Solomon, all them, they couldn't do it. Hezekiah, he couldn't do it. Josiah, he couldn't do it. That's why Solomon said, I gave account 1,000 men, I only found one. Only one got the ability to do this. You know what I'm saying? They want to X out the man who can run the whole company. That's how you know them niggas dumb. That's the type of nigga put a stupid nigga at the head of the company because that's his brother. Because that's his home. He know the nigga stupid. How many of y'all have seen somebody put a stupid nigga in the head of their company and they knew the nigga was stupid before they put it? Saying FAMU? I mean FAMU period, man. I mean, you know black universities are not meant to succeed when white people run them.
No, when black people run.
Man, white people run them universities. They just put a black person out there in front of you to make you think they were running them. They answer the white folk. Every so-called historically black college or university was founded by a Caucasian. Every last one of them. So if they were founded by Caucasians, I'm telling you, that's just another way they get them schools. They put a nigga name on it. They make you think that a black person was behind it, but really they behind it. Just like they founded the NAACP and the Urban League. Them people be behind all this stuff, meddling in our affairs, making us think it's one thing when they really running the whole show. I guarantee you, the president of the FAMU got the answer to a white person. You know what? It's a state-run university. He got to go holler. He go and ain't no way in the world. Don't you know if they actually left black people alone and let them run them universities, them schools probably would outdistance any Caucasian university they could come with? If they left them people alone and didn't meddle and mingle with them, or didn't put men in charge who would purposely destroy the university, because a lot of the people they put in charge, they put them there to sabotage. Got to be aware of the tricks of your other enemy, man. These people play a dirty game. See, I'm telling you, man, I told you this before, man, these white folks know all they got to do is put a dark face on it and you gonna go for it. And you gonna go for it. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's a product, a university, a business, the police, lawyers, put a black face on it, the president, and you, boy, the way I seen niggas acting when Barack Obama was running for president was disgusting to me. And I was in prison. And I'm looking at these dudes like, are y'all serious? Boy, Barack become president, boy, they gonna let niggas out of here, they gonna get rid of 85%. I'm like, and you believe that? To see people crying for this thing. My grandma never lived to see this day. For real. You thought niggas hit the lottery. You thought like they finally came through with them 40 acres and a mule adjusted for 2008 inflation. That's what you would have thought how niggas were acting. Like, okay, they finally gave us our acres and a mule and they adjusted, because if they adjusted it for inflation, ain't no telling how much it actually be. Some of us would be like, literally, we would be close to probably almost billionaires.
We all have ranches.
Ranches? I don't want the ranch. Convert mine to cash so I made the part. I think talking about ranch. That nigga is crazy. This nigga ain't gonna sit back. You got to talk about some ranch. He want to stay here. Now, let me get my cash, man. I'm a hop. I ain't never coming back. Say, where you gonna go? Anywhere but here. Anywhere but here. Man, you know that the best country in the world, so they say. I'll find out. I ain't staying here though. Well, I'm telling you, the people couldn't come tell me we got $50 million, you just leave. Shoot, they could say, here's 100,000, you leave. Shoot, man, 15,000, no. Out of here. Whatever to shoot, boy, they just like this here, just give me a house and a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? Boy, anything got to be better than him. Man, that's how niggas were feeling like in prison. Well, nigga ready to go because anything better than him. How I feel like living in America. Anything better than him. Anything better than him. That's bad when the place you reside, you feel like you're in prison. But sit back and look at it. They treat us like prisoners. We literally political prisoners, captives of war, POWs. Verse 19, Romans chapter 7. I would pray, like I said, they try to hit my homeboy with white slavery. That's what Booby said, but you know they are. You know, that's, I don't think that's the actual charge, though. Huh? I believe it, though. I'm talking about on the federal level. Yeah, that's what's on the federal level. But that, yeah, he called me about it. Yeah, he said to the girl, Booby said he talked to the girl herself. One of them. It was two of them, he talked to one of them. You know what I'm saying? They say, man, white slave, that's what they used to, that's what they would call it. They say it was pimping, said white slave. Say, how dare you incarcerate somebody for slavery? Why y'all ain't in jail? You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm talking about if I was locked up for white slavery, I'd walk in the courtroom, so when you planning on locking up the descendants of slave owner? Because how dare you lock me up and you ain't locked him up. 19. He say, for the good that I would do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but the sin that dwell in me. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of Elohim, after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into the captivity of sin which is in my members. See, now let's go back to Matthew 23. Because see, that's what ends up going on, and that's what these men end up doing. Knowing that you fight this battle with your flesh, they try to still let you know that you can still have the pleasures of your flesh, keeping you captive and a servant to sin. You know what I'm saying? When this man done paid the price to redeem you from it. See, when you look at Matthew chapter 23, we still holding 1 Kings chapter 12. Matthew 23 and about verse 13. Matthew 23 about verse 13. Look like you on some sugar, man. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the kingdom of Shammahim against men. For you neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering in to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses for a pretense, make long prayer. Therefore you shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him four more the child of hell than you are. Now you sit back and see me and the brother were talking about this about a week ago. Like, you know, another place the Lord say you won't even remove one of your debts with the least of your fingers. You know what I'm saying? I think that's in Mark, in that version of it, where he actually stated like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't even remove a single burden with the least of your fingers. He said they conquer sea and land. You know, that's what we were talking about. That. You know, GMS got people everywhere. ISUPK got people everywhere. They going sea and land, making converts, and they twice the children of death as they are. And they got all these burdens on these men's head and won't lift them with the least of their fingers. You know what I'm saying? Because they throw all this stuff on these people's shoulders. When the man say the burden is supposed to be like, come on back to 1 Kings chapter 2. Them niggas don't care nothing about that. Man, most of these niggas just want prestige. Just want a name. Just want a name. Just want to be seen. And the people were asking, he said, man, can you make this thing light? We'll serve thee. That's why Mashiach told you that. Just come unto me. He said, the commandments of the Most High are not grievous. It's a light thing for you to do. Just come serve me. That's what the Lord came and did. I made it light for you so you could come serve. He actually gave the people what they asked for. But they were just asking, Rehoboam. Listen what he told them now. I ain't reading the whole verse. Let me read verse 4 again. Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, depart yet for 3 days. Then come to me again to me, and the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, how do you advise that I may answer this people? They spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto them, what counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make it thou lighter unto us. Thou shalt say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's a nigga for you to go tell somebody that right there. The people were begging, if you just make it light, it will serve you forever. They say make it hard on them. I'm trying to go on hard, eh? You know what I'm saying? But look at the key thing of what he said. If you'll be a servant unto this people. Then we just sit back and look at that. Let's go back to Leviticus 25 and let's look at that again. Leviticus 25, where we at? About verse 44. But this is going back to what we were looking about ruling over the people with rigor. We still holding Matthew 20. Remember, we read Matthew 22. This still going in, even what we just read about what he said. You know what I'm saying? In verse 44, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathens that are round about you. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they shall begat in your land, they shall be your possession. And you shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Yasharal, you shall not rule over one another with rigor. And if a sojourner or stranger wax which by thee, and thy brother that dwell by him wax poor, and sell himself unto that stranger, or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's sons may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin unto him of his family may redeem him, or if he is able, he may redeem himself. He shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of Jubilee, and the price of his sale shall be according to the number of years, according to the time of a hired servant shall it be with him. Now he's sitting back looking at it, he said, if you sell yourself to a stranger. You also see all this stuff from Leviticus 25 and 27 is talking about making these estimations and things of Jubilee and offerings and things of that nature. Now we know that we sold ourselves to a stranger because Hashatan, Satan, the adversary, is a stranger, wouldn't you say? He opposes everything and yeah, that's why Mashiach say he say, get behind me, Satan, for you desire the things that be of man and not the things that are of Yah. You know what I'm saying? Remember we dealt with that there when Corey was talking about he had to throw an ice cream away? The God of his belly. So he threw a whole pound of ice cream away, talking about he was serving the God of his belly. You never think a skinny nigga like that, he's so wrong. You know what I'm saying? That nigga can go. Come on. That nigga dream about Piccadilly. How many of y'all been to Piccadilly in the last 6 months?
In the last year.
I don't think I've been to Piccadilly in over a decade.
That kale souffle. This is the thing, when my mama wasn't the best cook. So when I got Piccadilly, that was like, yes.
I'm sorry, sir, I can't relate to that.
Piccadilly and the stuff above that.
Woo! What is it? Piccadilly obviously was not a step above.
Nobody like Piccadilly. I don't know.
I don't have a problem with it. Nigga just ain't never sat down about thinking about
You like
food.
Piccadilly?
It ain't nothing wrong with it. The food straight. It just ain't.
That nigga was working before. He must cut the food up.
The food ain't bad at all.
Man, I ain't at Piccadilly.
That nigga ain't never yet Piccadilly.
You missing that?
Nah.
He ain't missing nothing.
I ain't missing nothing at all. I know that.
We just okay food.
It's alright, you know what I'm saying? You like this here, lunch line, cafeteria style. You know what I'm saying? You looking for the big lady with the mustache with the hairnet on.
There's a reason why I'm not all you eat.
You know what I'm
We thought you eat 999, either fried chicken or the tenders.
Well, like you said,
There's a reason why.
there's a reason why though. Anytime you go somewhere and Sunday all you can eat, there is a reason why. Because that does not make good business sense to say you could just come in here and eat up all you want. That means there's something wrong with that food.
You just go to crowd on me.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, what messed me up with Golden Crown, you know, we were talking about boy, when that nigga popped open that thing with that trays back there by that dumpster and all the maggots. I said, oh, never again. I'll never come here again. Never. I wasn't a big fan of their food, no way. You know what I'm talking about? That really much counseled it. You know, we used to go to Ryan's.
Ryan's was that thing.
You never heard of Ryan's?
Ryan's was that thing.
You want to get down?
Big fat East Road.
Ryan's was that thing. Steakhouse. Just love they steak.
You want to
That nigga Corey look like the type of nigga dream about food. Corey, you dream about food?
Quincy's though.
That's my business.
And that is yes. That's my business.
But you remember Quincy's though.
I remember Quincy, because Big Dog like to go to Quincy's all the time.
I grew up from there.
That was his favorite place to go. You know what I'm saying? But what we're looking at is we sold ourselves to the devil. Just like you seen Adam do in Genesis, right? He sold himself to the devil. He sold himself to a stranger. Somebody had to redeem this land which he sold. He told you also don't rule over your brethren with rigor. So let's look at Matthew chapter 20. He also told a man, if you will be a servant to these people and serve them and speak good words to them, they'll be your servants forever. That's why Mashiach come back around and tell you. See, he came back. You can see actually that. Remember the book say, with good counsel make war. See, Mashiach actually listened to them old men that counseled Rehoboam. He did. That goes back to what we were looking at not too long ago. Who have humbled himself to behold the things in the Shamahim and in earth. But yet them niggas say he fake. What's up with this guy? Yeah. Yes, he is. Cartoon character. Matthew 20 and 24. 24. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren. But Yahushua called them unto him and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever be great among you, let him be your minister or be servant. Like we were talking about last night. That's just what the law said, didn't it? You can't rule over each other like that. Serve one another. Whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister. So he said, just like I didn't came to be served, I came to serve. And to give his life a ransom for many. We sitting back saying, that sounds exactly what we just read in Leviticus, didn't it? Don't rule over, serve, bind back. Same thing with the field in Leviticus 25 and 27. Then you see the same thing that the old man counseled Solomon's son to do. Hamashiach come around and saying, I'm going to serve. He also said, speak goodly words to him too, right? Well, let's look and see what he said in John 6:63, and then we can go look and see if he spoke good word. Then we look at 2 Timothy 3 and 16, and we still got to hit 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Because he said to do knowledge, he said to do good, they have no knowledge. Paul said, I don't know how to perform that which is good. And the man said, if you just speak goodly words to them, they'll serve you forever. It is the spirit that quickens, the flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. But get what he said, but there are some of you that believe not. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. See, a lot of people, that's why he say to do knowledge, to do good, you have no knowledge because you don't even believe what was told to you. So therefore you won't retain it in your knowledge. So therefore he turned you over to a reprobate mind that you might be destroyed. So you would be no priest to me because you will not be a part of that first resurrection to dwell with me. See, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about Zadok. But we probably won't get to that today. Because we have to establish who Zadok is. Do y'all know who Zadok is? He was a priest. He was one of Aaron's sons. He was a high priest. But what's important about it, you all know who Zadok is. Zadok was a priest under David. He was faithful to David.
That's the one that after his son tried to take over.
He was faithful to David. That's why you keep seeing that about the sons of Zadok. Because there was a priest, I believe his name was Abathar, who departed from David and sided with Absalom. And when Absalom was taken down, he did, and he ended up being killed. And Zadok was the one who was able to be having a priesthood because he said you did not. There's a reason why the son of Zadok is steadily mentioned in Ezekiel, because that priestess is similar to those who will never depart and stop serving David, or in this case, Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? Because even Zadok was the one who anointed King Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Even when Adonijah tried to rise up and say, I'm supposed to be king, Zadok wasn't going for it. You know what I'm saying? I know who y'all ordained to serve. I serve him. I don't serve him. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look at Abathar and with Absalom, it's kind of similar to people who going to follow after the false prophet and people who not. Because some of the people went after Abathar and the man who was trying to usurp the throne. That's why if you have knowledge to perform that which is good, when somebody arises, you would. That's why he told you, if they tell you I'm in the field, don't go. They tell you I'm in the desert, I ain't there. That's why I would tell you, if you know the man, no one can deceive. That's why he said, if it be possible, they could deceive the very elect. When you don't know the man, you are susceptible of being deceived. You know he's supposed to come back at nighttime, and it's the middle of the day, and this nigga say, I am. Well, you already know. If the nigga step out and say Jesus Christ, you already know he lying. And who remembers the one thing we looked at to let us know that this man wouldn't come tell us his name was Jesus Christ? Who remembers what we looked at to let us know that?
With Acts, with Saul, he came and he spoke to him in Hebrew.
He came with Paul. He spoke to him in Hebrew. And I done looked some dudes in the face. I say, well, if it say, well, let's say Jesus right here, but it said he spoke to him in Hebrew though, bro. So you mean to tell me he told him his name was Jesus in Hebrew, but no such word or name exists in that language? Don't it say clear as day he spoke to him in Hebrew? So that means he didn't tell him his name was Jesus then. That's just a little small thing how they get it. Because remember how like I said, man, that's how they try. Say the man spoke to us in Hebrew and you say, it's Jesus, Jesus, whom thou persecute. That man ain't tell you that. If he would have said Aramaic, he would have said Yahshua. That's what he would have said. If we would have said Hebrew, you know he said Yahshua. So you know what he told him. You know what I'm saying? But them niggas in Chicago, you want to tell them that. What's the name with Jesus? That's the name the heathen know. Jesus, Jesus. Them Chicago niggas here, boy, don't you talk about them, you talk about that sweet thing, Jesus. They gonna be looking crazy. That they gonna pop up talking about his Jesus Christ, they gonna go for it. I seen somebody posting them pictures, man, you know, and I don't know why they keep posting them pictures with our ancestors, with them robes on, with their chest all out. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff, boy, you know ain't no Hebrew dress like that. Boy, you know ain't no Israelite walk around with his chest out. You know what I'm saying? Because the commandment for the women to be modest. So you don't think the men want to? Or you just think we just walk around here with our chest out? And one of the women say that thing making me a little hot. It's hard to be focused with all that eye candy. So you already know we ain't dressed like that. But the woman say, I just can't see Jesus being that dark. Everybody in the picture's black. And you can see all them being black. But the man you say is your savior, you can't see him being black. Well, them people did a number on us, boy. That's horrible. You see King David black, you see Elijah black, you see Solomon black, you see Samuel black. Come up to Yahushua HaMashiach, I can't see him black. You see a white man. That's bad for business. That's some psychological stuff for you behind.
You should participate in the Burn Cracker Jesus challenge.
You know, that's not too long ago they were actually doing that.
No,
they had a burn white Jesus challenge. Everybody was getting on, taking their little videos, burning pictures of Caesar Borgia. They said, get your black ones, burn him too. You know what I'm talking about? Remember when we were around that dude say, I got it for a teaching tool. It's a teaching tool. Nigga, you ain't supposed to have no pictures of no black Jesus out here, boy. It's a teaching tool. It's your house shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you though, I told you last night, you gotta take your speakerphone off now. It's 3 dialects, man. Ancient Hebrew were really 4. Aramaic, Yiddish, and that Lashawan Kodesh. You can't talk to the niggas about that Lashawan Kodesh, boy. Niggas make up their own language. Niggas make up their own language.
It's supposed to be Hebrew big language.
Hey man, I done forgot where I wanted, man. Messing with y'all. Yeah, we gonna get that. Yeah, I already read y'all chapter. Yeah, I already read it. I'm just sitting there wondering if I read it or not. You know what I'm saying? 2 Timothy 3:16. He said he got to come and speak goodly words. might feel this afternoon. Make it about verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. And from a child thou hast known the Kodesh scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Yahushua HaMashiach. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, and for reproof, and for correction, and for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So that means if you're able to be furnished unto good works, and you didn't have no knowledge to be able to perform that which is good, that means good words had to be presented unto you, right? Now you sit back and you look at something, right? I think in the book of Isaiah, you know, he says, I teach that, he said that my words are good. There's nothing wrong with them. I instruct in the way that profit, where you get a gain, which is again showing you a business strategy. This man said, I teach you how to make a profit, how to flip your money, how to get gain out of what you're doing. The only way you can get the gain of it is like we read last night in Romans chapter 10. Let's go and look at it right now. That's the only way you're going to get it. About 10 and 14. Because what did Mashiach turn around and do when he rose from the dead? What did he do? Didn't he give them men good words? Didn't he say he started at Moses and all the prophets and expounded unto them the things concerning himself? Didn't they say our heart burned within us? He said, didn't your heart burn within us when he opened up the scripture to us, by the way? He spoke unto them good words. Why do you think the word that we say gospel, why do you think gospel is translated to actually mean good news? Or what? Good tidings. Or what? Good words. You know what I'm saying? He say believe the good words. Because we already see from 1 Kings chapter 12, he said, come back to me in 3 days. What did the disciples do after 3 days? They came back to holler at him. And what did they find out? I'll be your servant forever. I'll give you good words, and I'll make your burden light. He did the opposite of what Rehoboam did. Why? Because what we looked at last week in Psalms 113, about verse 6, where he said, who have humbled himself to behold the things in the Shamayim and in the earth. Because he didn't have to humble himself to do, he could have been done like Rehoboam, right? Yahshua could have done it, did just like what Rehoboam did. But instead he humbled himself because he was a servant to his father. He had enough sense. If I do this, they'll serve me forever. That's what I'm after. You know what I'm saying? Remember he said, he that covereth for transgression seek love. You know what I'm talking about? I'm seeking for you to love me. I'm seeking for you to serve. Because we know in all actuality, to love somebody would be to serve them. Especially coming from the aspect of a woman to a man. For a woman to love a man is for her to love, honor, and respect him and serve him. To do what he tells you to do. The same way when you look at from a father to a son, a love from a son is to obey his father, is to serve him. We'll see if Malachi chapter 3 backs us up on that. But let's look at Romans 10 about verse 14. We'll get Malachi 3 in about verse 17. How then shall they call on him whom they had not believed? And how shall they believe in him whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of Shalom and bring glad tidings of good things, that bring good news. Because tidings is news. You know what I'm saying? That's what that means. Remember the dude came and brought the tidings to David? And he said, you thought I was going to be happy when you told me Saul was dead? You thought I was going to give you something different. And he killed him too. You know what I'm saying? That's what tidings is. It's news. It's knowledge. It's information. He said, if you speak good words to them, they will serve you forever. We turn around and look at it. Don't we realize the good words this man that we've been able to hear? That's what done caused us to serve our whole life. We never heard no good words, so we had no desire to serve this man. You know what I'm saying? But when he opened up your ear to the word and it caused you to hear, then you had a desire to serve that man. When you seen his burden was light and he was actually here to serve you. Just look about how he's serving you. I'm going to give you the word. I'll give you instructors to give you the word. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you the way that you ought to go. If I dwell in you, I can keep you from sin. I can deliver you from temptation. I can supply every want and desire that you have. That's why I separated them. Because he said if you keep your eye on Yah, he'll give you the things your heart desire. Does that necessarily mean you get everything you desire? No. But everything you need, he gonna give to you. You know what I'm talking about? I give you eternal life. I make you a part of my family.